I'm really sorry, honey. Don't ignore me like that.
Where are you?
Now you talk to me? Too late now.
Trouble Busters!
I'd like you to buy some fruit on your way home. Please, listen to me just for today. He doesn't seem to want to listen to me at all. Just when I thought so, a message came to my phone.
What?
I just want some better nutrition, so I'd like you to buy some fruit, please.
No way. Why should I buy fruit for the likes of you?
Because I can't go outside. Why are you sending it via DMs? Be better if you spoke directly, you know?
I think it's just a waste of time talking to you, so...
I'm standing right in front of you. Please talk to me properly.
Slacking off on housework, and you got the guts to say that? You better be grateful that I'm even just sending you DMs, eh?
What the hell?
Sadie isn't here, and I don't want to be with you. I'm staying at a hotel or something tonight.
What are you talking about? Please, stay by my side.
That's impossible.
Why?
You make me feel really stressed, and I get ill.
What the?
Let me know when Sadie gets back.
After saying that, Mark left. How rotten is this prick? Unforgivable. Trouble Busters initiate. The afternoon of the day after Mark returned, I packed up all my things and went to my parents' house.
Where are you?
Now you talk to me? Too late now.
Hey, what happened to my breakfast?
It's in the fridge.
Why the frick is it in the fridge? It's your damn job to give it to me.
I told you to prepare it yourself, didn't I?
I didn't hear shit.
It's because you were ignoring me.
It's your fault that you were getting ignored. If you keep up that kind of attitude, I'll keep on ignoring you.
By all means, that's probably how it'll turn out anyways.
Huh?
Because that's just it, right? You seem to hate me, and that's why you ignore me.
You're the one hating me.
Huh?
It's true, isn't it? Then why don't you prepare breakfast for me?
I make you breakfast every day, don't I?
You didn't prepare me anything just the other day.
Still dwelling on that, eh? It takes about 1 to 2 minutes.
Shut the hell up.
Huh?
It's 1 damn minute. I can't afford to be even 60 seconds late, and yet the other day I was 5 frickin' minutes late. Of course you'll be ignored.
If you're going to stay like this, you should prepare breakfast yourself.
I really can't see any remorse at all.
Remorse, eh? Why do I have to reflect on my whole being just by giving you breakfast 1 or 2 minutes late?
That's not the only thing that's your flaw, Helen.
How dare...
First of all, your serving of curry is bad in general.
Huh?
Completely immerse the rice, why don't you?
Huh?
You don't have the proper consideration to make sure the food tastes good. So that's why you serve it so sloppy.
The hell is that reason?
Other than that, you're basically cutting corners way too much.
The hell is that reason?
Basically, my idea is to have 3 dishes for breakfast and 4 dishes for dinner. I can't say it's a proper meal otherwise.
Excuse me?
And yet you literally serve only curry in the mornings. And more than that, there are too many days when we only have 2 or 3 dishes for dinner.
He chastises me with immature and meaningless bullshit. That's when...
That's enough. I understand now. What? Mark, I understand your way of thinking and humanity very well now.
For your information, I'm currently at my parents' house with Sadie.
Your parents?
Mom and Dad are listening to this entire conversation.
No way. Ellen's right. I know everything now. I'm sorry for the sudden inconvenience, sir.
When I returned home, Mom and Dad told me that since we all had Sadie to think about, their stance was for me not to divorce Mark at that time. Then today, when I received a phone call from the man himself today, Mom and Dad asked me if they could listen in to the conversation between the two of us, since there might be some misconceptions on my part. So I had the conversation on speaker. Dad, who was perhaps at the limits of his patience, finally interrupted the conversation the way you just heard.
So it seems like a lot has changed since the last we saw of each other, eh, son? Yes, sir. Excuse me? As I've been saying for some time, Helen has become a bit dysfunctional lately. Dysfunctional, you say? Yes, sir. She was neglecting my housework, so I was trying to warn her and... What are you talking about, Mark? Huh? I mean, you heard our conversation from earlier, haven't you, sir? After hearing that conversation, though, I think my daughter was never really at fault. No, sir. I suppose that's what you think because you're her father, but that simply is not the case. By the way, what exactly isn't the case, son? For the 20th time, sir, she doesn't serve me breakfast. Don't you think it's ridiculous? Not served. I suppose you mean she was late. Isn't that the same thing, sir? Even you would be upset if your own wife did the same thing to you now, wouldn't you? Not at all. Excuse me? If my wife thinks it's difficult for whatever reason, I prepare it myself. I suppose there's that idea, but as the head of the family... I think you're misunderstanding your status as head of the family, boy. Excuse me? Everyone has their own responsibility to their family.
As expected, Mark was crestfallen when my father told him this, and I proceeded to tell him something more. You know, you're saying things that seem to be plausible for you, but
Yes?
if you really wanted to play the game of life by your own rules, why didn't you help out at least?
Huh?
Things like helping Sadie get ready and helping with the cleaning and laundry on holidays.
Why do I have to do all that shit?
There's only one of me. If I swallow everything you ask of me, no matter how fit and young I might be, I'll crack eventually.
What are you talking about? Everyone is doing it. Even the wife next door and the wife across the street.
Ugh.
But you are the only one that can't do it. You're being lazy.
My family next door seems to be actively helping out with the housework, you know?
Huh?
It seems like he does some of the cooking of the family too. And even on weekends, the husband does a lot of the cleaning even then.
So what? Do you want to ask me to help you too? I'm busy with work, Helen. We're different from the family next door.
I see. Well then, what about the family across the street? Just like us, the husband's very busy with work and doesn't seem to help out with the housework.
There you go. Most people are like that. But the house across the street is always clean and tidy.
Oh, the wife across the street seems to be hiring a professional to be doing the cleaning.
Huh?
It's not like she makes the food every time, but it seems like they deliver something from some nice places in the city.
Do you have anything to complain about then?
No, I don't care if your annual income is low as long as I can live happily.
Well then.
However, what you're saying, that most other families also do it, you're also taking into account a family who makes decent money, and where the husband does a bit of the housework, and a family who does well enough to ask other places for food and cleaning. But neither of those apply to us. My husband doesn't help me with the housework, and that doesn't necessarily mean you make a lot of money.
So that's why you want me to help out?
No, since you can't do housework even if you helped me, what's the point if it just makes more work for me?
So what do you want from me?
Do not complain about what I'm doing!
That's a wife's job though.
You just said job, didn't you? So I'll get paid too, right?
Huh?
Isn't that what work is all about? If so, I'll be requesting some amount of salary every month from now on.
Enough bullshit. What kind of wife are you?
One of a kind. However, couples who are doing well to some extent have a feeling of gratitude towards each other. Have you expressed your gratitude towards me even once, Mark? You have not, have you? By the way, every day when you come home from work, I always say thank you so much for your hard work, Mark, don't I? Yes, I prepare your favorite curry every morning, and I'm trying to express my gratitude my own way around the house.
And I am also...
Was there something?
I don't complain even if you don't have enough dishes during meals, do I?
Are you still saying that? That cannot be regarded as gratitude.
Anything else?
Nothing pops up, does it? Because you haven't done anything.
Ugh.
That's why I'm saying this. Unless you begin to show gratitude, pay me some amount every month. In that case, I'll do what you say when you complain.
Shit. Honestly, how much were you thinking? $100 to 200?
Are you kidding me?
Huh?
That's not enough.
You better get reasonable here.
You are the one who better get reasonable. I'm the head of the family. I'm tired from work. I'm the almighty around here. I'm telling you to stop acting like this.
What the?
Prove me wrong. Just because I do housework properly doesn't mean I can't ask for a salary, right?
That's...
Even so, don't pretend that your annual salary is lower than what I offered.
Enough! Stop arranging your incomprehensible oracles and come back here now!
Until now, I'd never truly talked back to Mark, for fear of his brittle mental spirit. It seems like he was quite shook by my retorting. My father, who couldn't bear to see this.
Helen, I understand now. It seems like Mark here doesn't need you around to support him, so you can stay here as long as you like. Hey, Mr. Thompson, sir. That's probably what it is, right, son? No, sir, it isn't. I'm sorry, but it will be difficult for my Helen to become your ideal wife. In that case, you probably won't be needing her anymore. You seem to want it too, so I recommend divorce as well. You misunderstand, sir. What about, Smith? It's not like I want to get divorced. But you clearly said that she wasn't doing her job as a proper wife. I believe I said a little too much about that. A little? From my point of view, didn't seem like any little matter, son. But if you can have it in yourselves, please, reconsider the divorce. There's nothing to reconsider. If you can make yourselves reconsider, I'll make my own concessions. Concessions? Yes, sir. To ease the burden upon Helen, you see. Well, that's not for me to decide, but for Helen. I suggest you ask her directly. Hey, Helen, honey. You're there, right?
Yes?
You don't really have any intention of getting divorced, right?
No, I'm seriously thinking about getting a divorce.
Wait a minute. Because we both had our faults here, let's meet halfway, okay?
Both had our faults? Try to teach each other what's really wrong with me, Mark.
That's...
Is there anything?
There are some areas where you've been slacking off as my wife, so please, fix those particular areas from now on.
Areas where I've been slacking off.
In return, I'll try not to complain, even if you're 10 minutes late for making breakfast.
Huh?
Is that good enough?
What, are you kidding me?
Uh,
I never slacked off on housework because I never wanted you to complain to my face. Even so, if you claim I was cutting corners regarding that, then I'm not suitable to be your wife, so please find somebody else.
Okay then, I get it. Stay as you are, please. I'll just keep my promise.
Your promise? Meaning you won't complain even after 10 minutes?
Yes.
So what if I'm 11 minutes late?
At that time, I would be angry because you broke your promise.
A completely incomprehensible story. I guess you didn't understand what Dad was saying earlier either, huh?
Huh?
You could always do it by yourself, and yet you opt to let me do it, and then you get angry if I can't keep that promise. How boneheaded are you, Mr. Smith?
What?
I simply can't with unreasonable chowderheads like you.
Hey!
So in other words, I believe that no matter how hard we try, I don't think things will work out for us, so we're getting a divorce. I'm sure you'll receive documents from a lawyer later on, so please respond accordingly.
Hey, Helen, please, reconsider!
After that, I officially divorced Mark. He later went for interviews to find a new job, but I was told that he was rejected based on his appearance because he couldn't even iron a single dress shirt. Currently, he has no job and is living on social welfare, it seems. After that, perhaps because I was in a good environment at my parents' home, I felt more relaxed, and now I'm able to concentrate on raising Sadie. My parents are also very happy because they can now meet their granddaughter without much hindrance. Oh, and I also have a new boyfriend. Trouble Busters.